Hi guys, so for today's video I'm doing something very different which I have been putting off for a very long time. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but it's just having the confidence, and yeah, it's not the easiest video to film and it's not the easiest topic to talk about, so let's just try and get things started because this video is going to be long enough anyway, so let's try and not ramble too much. Although that's pretty difficult for me. You will already know what this video is about because the title, so might as well just get on with it. There's a small number of people that know, and an even smaller number of people that know everything. Like all the details, everything that's going on. Basically, I suffer with anxiety and I have done for a very, very, very long time. To be honest, I feel like it's been something that I've dealt with through my whole life. Even as a child, I would feel anxious about a lot of things when I was younger, or scared or upset. And when I think about it, it was stuff that was no big deal at all, and it was like nothing. So I guess it's kind of been something that's been there my whole life, but I didn't really understand it until I was older. A lot of you may not know what anxiety really is, or not really understand it very well, which is totally fine. I don't expect everyone to understand it. It's the hardest thing to understand, really, so I wouldn't expect a lot of people to understand it if they haven't been through it. Say you have a big day coming up, a interview for a job you really want, or you've got some exams coming up, you will more than likely feel pretty nervous, and that can sort of give you butterflies, can make you feel sick, it can make you sweat, it can make you feel unwell. Same with stress, it can sort of mess with your health and it can just really be terrible for your mind. Anxiety is like having those feelings times 10, times a million, about nothing. Anything can make you anxious, or there can be no reason for it and it just happens out of the blue. So basically it just means your mind is all over the place. That's one of the best ways I can describe it. For me, the main things that make me anxious are like illness. Anxiety can cause you to feel unwell. It can literally cause everything, like any kind of thing you can imagine, like everything. I don't even know how to describe that any other way than just it can make you feel anything. So that can obviously be quite scary and make you think something's seriously wrong, like if you have a pain in like your stomach, or you've got a shooting pain in your arm. It can literally cause any kind of pain or sensation or thought or feeling, and can make you think something's seriously wrong. That's mainly what affects me the most in terms of anxiety, just like the fear of being unwell. It can be like from one extreme to the other, like a fear of being sick. Like I have a big fear of like sick. And I can freak if I get a slight feeling in my stomach. I can be terrified for the rest of the day and the rest of the night and think that I'm going to be sick. And it can also be for like the other side of the scale. I could have like a pain in my chest and think that I'm having a heart attack. It can literally make you think things like that, even when it's nothing, which it always is. That's the main thing that affects me. It's the whole being ill and like being scared of that, but it's not just that. There's just, it is so difficult to explain it, but there are so many things that can cause anxiety or make you feel anxious, or loads of different ways anxiety can make you feel, and it's very difficult. So I've kind of given a rough explanation of it, not a very good explanation, but can sort of search these things online and probably get better information. But yeah, I guess I should talk about the first memory of having a panic attack, because yeah, it can cause panic attacks. It doesn't always for me, but it can, and that sort of means your body like starts to think it's about to fight something. It's kind of like goes back to like old times where your body would prepare for like the fight or flight mode. So it's like your body's preparing to either fight the situation or like run away from it. So obviously it's building up a lot of adrenaline, which can cause so many weird feelings in your body, make you feel like you're going to be sick, make you feel like you're going to faint, everything like that. You can sort of imagine it's on like a whole nother scale. Like it's so terrifying. It even gets to the point where you can think that you're going to die. I know that sounds really like extreme, but it can make you think that, and it is really scary. But the first time I remember having a serious panic attack or anything to do with anxiety was, I think it was, I was going to have a blood test and I was talking to my mum about it or something, and I said I didn't feel well and it was scaring me, and then I felt like I was going to faint, then I felt like I was going to be sick. I just remember this day, but then there was also bits I don't remember because she spoke to me about it a few days after, and I was like, I don't remember doing that. Mum, if you're watching, I don't know if you remember that day, but it's really hard to explain. There's just one day that pops into my mind, and I was probably about, I don't even know, maybe at high school. I might have even still been at primary school. I honestly can't remember. It's all a blur to me, to be honest. So much has happened, like so many different anxiety attacks and stresses have happened. It's the same with a lot of anxiety and panic attacks, like you sort of forget all of it once it's over, because I guess your brain doesn't want to keep those memories. Sometimes you can remember it really vividly, but a lot of the time you try to push it out your brain and it's quite hard to explain anyway. So yeah, I kind of decided that we needed to go and get it sorted. So me and my mom went to the doctors together a few years ago, and they were kind of helpful. They just gave me some booklets of like information on anxiety. There was stuff to fill in about how you're feeling and then like your progress over a certain amount of time, stuff like that, which was kind of helpful. I quite liked the idea of having something to write in and like let my feelings out, but obviously it didn't help it a great deal. We went to the doctors and they referred me to a therapist, and I was going there maybe once a week. I honestly can't remember. I've never spoken about anxiety before because I didn't want to attract attention for those sort of reasons. I don't like to do that, do you know what I mean? I don't want loads of people to know that I am scared of everything and stuff like that. So it was something I kept from so many people, like so many people. So like a lot of my friends might not even know this was even a thing. So there you go, guys. This has been a part of my life for a long time. Anyway, and she was having to come into my sixth form like once a week or however often I saw her, I can't remember, which was always really embarrassing because I'd have to be called out of lessons, and then I'd go and I'd be there for about 45 minutes. It depended how much time she had or how much time I had. It was just slotting it into all the work I was doing anyway. And then I'd go back into my lessons and they'd be like, oh, what was that for? Just, you know, not trying to be nosy. It's just, you're sort of like, oh, why did you have to go out? It wasn't like, I'm not angry that anyone ever asked me. It was just, you know, a normal question. And I never really knew what to say. I was just sort of like, oh, I had a meeting. I don't know, it was really hard because I felt really embarrassed by it, which is really sad that people feel embarrassed to have these thoughts and have mental health problems, but sometimes it is quite hard to talk about and does make you feel quite embarrassed. Eventually I'd had, I think it was a set of 10 sessions or something, and then it came to the end and we sort of looked at how I'd improved over that time, and I improved so much and I felt a lot better. I didn't feel like it was completely perfect, but it was getting there and I was really happy. And then they said that if I was still struggling pretty bad, I could be referred to CAMS, which is another mental health place. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't really feel it was necessary because I sort of felt alright. I was getting anxiety and thoughts like that a lot less, so I thought it would be fine. So I left it, and I had months and months where it did not affect me at all. Like I had pretty much no anxiety. Occasionally I'd feel a little bit of anxiety coming on, but then I would just brush it off and it'd be gone. I honestly don't know how I did that. Like, I am proud of myself. Going back to that time would be amazing because it literally didn't affect me at all. I was totally over it, and to be honest, most of the time I kind of forgot it even existed, which was amazing. So it obviously helped a lot. So if you are thinking of getting help, if you're going through something similar or any other mental health issues, definitely go for it, because yes, it's not going to help everyone and everyone will react differently and have different needs, but if you're considering it, definitely try it out because it is worth it, and if it doesn't work then try something else. You might as well try it. Like, the worst thing that's going to happen is that it's not going to help and you can just try something else. So yeah, definitely try that if you've thought about it, but I don't want to go too much into that yet. Maybe at the end of the video I'll do that sort of thing. But yeah, I felt amazing for like months and months. I was feeling so good about myself and I wasn't getting anxious at all really, so that was amazing. But sometimes things happen and it can turn everything upside down. Sometimes in life you get things like that and it just messes everything up really, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it, but it got to a point, probably about 2 years ago now. Yeah, it was nearly 2 years ago, because it was like around this sort of time, like October, November, December time. I went to Disneyland that year, in the summer. No anxiety there either, felt amazing, awesome time. And then a lot of things happened that made me pretty bad again. So I'll try not to go into too much detail of them because I don't really need to, but I came to the end of a long-term relationship for different reasons that I'm not going to explain now or probably ever, but that happened, which at the time was awful. I have never felt anything like that. Like, it was a very difficult time because I'd never experienced a feeling like that before. So, I mean, even if you have, it's not a nice feeling. But yeah, that happened. And just before that, and just before all that happened, or kind of like in between things going downhill, someone very close to us, basically, she lived next door to us and she was like my second mom. She was diagnosed with cancer, and that obviously was the most unexpected thing ever. It just came out of nowhere and it was such a big slap in the face. And yeah, that was right at the start of my second year of sixth form as well. So the most stressful year of sixth form and one of the most stressful years of education in general, really. I remember finding out about her being ill just as I was meant to be leaving for an assessment evening thing at my sixth form. So I was having to get ready and go back up to sixth form for that night to rehearse and then perform as our assessment, and I ended up getting so emotional about it and crying about it so much that I was actually quite late for it, and then obviously that made the teachers very angry, obviously, because I needed to be there on time and they didn't really know what was going on, and I kind of had to explain it but not go into too much detail. After that, it was just all of the feelings I used to get with anxiety that I thought had gone forever all came straight back to me. I was crying all the time. A lot of people don't know that, like, especially like close people that knew Shaz as well, they sort of thought, oh, she's dealing with it okay at the moment, she's sort of getting on with things, but that's because I do not show my emotions in front of people. Like I said, I don't like the attention on me for negative reasons, so I would keep it all in and then let it out when I was on my own or at night, that sort of thing. So I was really suffering, and obviously the whole end of a relationship and all the stuff that went on there, everything was just not going well for me. I was scared, obviously. I felt sort of trapped in my own thoughts because everything had just come crashing down, and I was like, what do I do now? Like, it's quite hard to explain, but you can sort of get this sort of way I was feeling. And then since then, everything's just got worse and worse. Just over a year after we found out about her being diagnosed, she actually passed away. So that's almost a year ago as well, because it was the beginning of December, which is unreal. And obviously I wasn't feeling great anyway, but then that happened, and even when you sort of know it's happening because you've been warned about it, and it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? It's sort of like she wasn't very well anyway, and we had been warned about her maybe not being here for much longer, but it was still just a shock because you just don't really think it's going to happen. You're just sort of in denial, I guess, but you know, everyone deals with it differently. So for me, it was just sort of like, it felt unreal, and it just was like, no, she's going to be fine. and then she sort of went and it was like, okay, maybe everything's not fine. And then we spent a lot of time with her over the year we had left with her, and it was so lovely, and I wish I had spent so much more time with her. Even though we did spend a lot of time with her, I don't know, you know, when you just think, you feel guilty, I guess. That's another thing that losing someone can make you feel. It can make you feel guilty, as if, oh, I should have spent more time with her, or I should have helped her more. But even when you did your all and you tried your best, so there's nothing else I could have done. I gave her all of my love and everything, so I don't know why I felt so guilty, but I guess that's just something that happens. Yeah, my anxiety has just got worse and worse since then, and that was the time where it all started off. And actually the time where I found out about her being diagnosed and coming out of the relationship, like I said, that is around the time I started my YouTube channel. It was sort of my escape, and I've never really fully explained why I made a YouTube channel. I just said it was kind of like a distraction stuff, but yeah, that was basically why I did it, and I was really interested in it, and it helped me just get my mind off things, and it still does now, obviously, apart from this video because I'm talking about it, but you know what I mean. That whole year of being at sixth form, my second year, was awful. I struggled so much. I couldn't focus on work, I couldn't focus on lessons, I really struggled. Obviously I was missing lessons and stuff, and my teachers didn't really understand what was going on with me because it all just happened all of a sudden and I just changed, and they didn't really get it. And I did explain to like the head of our sixth form what was going on, and he understood, and he said he would try and explain to other teachers, but at the same time I didn't want him to, so they didn't really get it, and I kind of gave them a few details but didn't really explain it properly. But I don't know, it was hard. I think they were getting quite frustrated and I was getting frustrated because they didn't really understand, which is totally fine because it's not their fault. It was just a nightmare. I managed to do quite well at the end though. After all of that, I did pretty well with my results. I still managed to push through and do well. All mental illnesses can kind of link together at some point, or all the time. They are all pretty similar in some sort of ways. I don't know how to explain that, but they can sometimes link together. But especially around the time everything first happened, I wasn't eating as much. I really struggled. Eventually I got alright. I wasn't really suffering with any eating disorders or anything, luckily, but there was periods of time where I would have no appetite, so that was a struggle. This is one thing that I've literally told one, maybe two people. It sort of got to a point where I had no motivation to do anything. I didn't want to go into sixth form, I didn't want to do any of my after school things, like my hobbies. I lost interest in all of them. I did them anyway, but I just lost interest in everything. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I just felt sad all the time, just felt empty, just felt lost really. Like, I didn't really understand why all these things were happening. My brain was just frazzled, I guess. So many thoughts going through my head. I didn't even know what was going on with me. It was a major struggle. But yeah, so it was still really bad anxiety, and I was scared of everything. I was stressed all the time. I was making myself ill through stress. But then it was also like feeling really sad and low and empty all the time, which I guess is, I never like to admit it, but I guess it's kind of depression, but on a smaller scale, because there are different levels of it. Like, people can suffer with depression but not have suicidal thoughts, or can suffer with depression but be happy with their appearance. Do you know what I mean? It's not like all depression is the same. Like, it's not like it's the same with all mental illnesses. Everyone suffers differently. So I guess I had some kind of depression because it was really difficult and I felt sad a lot of the time. So I guess it was, and sometimes still is, especially after Shaz had passed away. Like, I still haven't got over that, and I don't think I ever will, and it does not get easy with time, whatever people say. I hate to break it to you, but it doesn't, or it depends how you deal with it. For me, it did not. It's been really bad again. I've been thinking of trying to get it sorted again and try and get back to a therapist maybe, but it's just expensive, do you know what I mean? It's sad that it has to be so expensive, like you can't afford to have a healthy mindset. That's bad. So I finished sixth form, did quite well with my results, and then there was like, what am I going to do next? Because I knew I didn't want to go to uni, but then I was like, what do I do? So I ended up doing a HND course, which is like a uni level course, like a foundation degree kind of thing at a college local to me. And I would do 2 years there, and then I could do a top-up year at a uni to make it a full degree if I wanted to, but no pressure. But I'm in my second year of that now. But I started that, I was really nervous, obviously meeting a whole load of new people, completely new environment, so that didn't help my anxiety either. And I was sort of like, do I want to do this? Like, to be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. My whole world had just come tumbling down. I had no motivation for anything. I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I ended up applying really late and had to sort everything out last minute, which was obviously stressful and didn't help my anxiety at all, but I did it. And then I got there on the first day and was really nervous, as anyone would be, I guess, but got on with the people there and started to make friends pretty quickly, and everyone was really welcoming and nice. So luckily I sort of eased into it a lot better, and I was starting to feel happier again. Being at college has made me so much happier, and I love it there. It's been the best year or so of my life so far, so that's pretty good. But yeah, that was helping a little bit. Obviously I was still having the really anxious moments and the anxiety attacks and the sad thoughts, I guess. It was just before Shaz passed away. She passed away at the beginning of December while I was at college, so that was another sort of kick in the teeth. Sort of brought me down again, but I kept pushing through like I did at sixth form, tried my best. Yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, it's kind of all jumbled in my head now, but yeah, she was still alive at the time that I started and everything. It was just the end of the, like, it was just December time she passed away, so the first few months of being there. I was really enjoying college, and I still do now, and I love it there. But obviously there was those struggles. I was still really enjoying the stuff I was doing, and then we had a week called Rad Week, where we would go off timetable and do, for example, we'd have someone come in and talk to us about something or teach us something, do workshops, that kind of thing. We had a guy come in who was a West End star. He had previously been on the West End in different musicals, which when I found out I was obviously so excited because I love musical theatre, and that's one of my big goals in life, is to be in shows like that. So I was really excited, and we met him and he's absolutely lovely and I still love him now. And he did a few musical theatre songs with us, taught us dances, and we did some singing to them as well, and like put on a little performance at the end of the week. And he also held auditions for it, and we had to sing part of a song and do a bit of one of the dances. I auditioned and I was like, right, this guy knows his stuff. So I thought, I've just got to go for it, no holding back, let's just do this. So I auditioned and put my all into it, and ended up getting a really good part in the finale number of the little show we put on. And that just lifted my confidence times a million. I felt amazing afterwards. And the fact that he had so much faith in me and believed in me so much really helped me, and that was just incredible. And that helped me so much, helped my confidence, because I do struggle with my confidence a lot, especially with all the anxiety going on in my head. I'm so thankful that I got to be there for that week, because the start of that week, the first Monday morning I woke up and my mental health was not good, and my brain was saying to me, oh, it's not compulsory, you don't have to do this, why don't you just stay at home? You don't want to go in, you want to be on your own and just be sad and be alone and just need time to yourself. So I very nearly didn't go in, but luckily I had a part of me that morning that pushed me and was like, no, you're going in, you're going to do it. It's musical theatre, it's something that you're very interested in, you want to have a look more into and try and work on and possibly do in the future, so just go and do it. You can go in the first day. If you absolutely hate it, you don't have to go in again. It's not compulsory, because it wasn't a compulsory thing to do. So I went in the first day, and I cannot tell you how glad I am that I had that little bit of, oh God, that week, as lame as it sounds, changed my life. I am so glad I managed to push myself to do that week, because if I hadn't, I think things would be very different right now. I wouldn't have refound my passion again, I guess. I don't know, I just guess that that really helped. Ah, sorry, I didn't want to cry. I was doing fine, I was being really brave, and now I'm getting emotional because I'm talking about something I'm really passionate about. Oh, that week helped me so much, because I was just so into what I was doing. I found something that really made me really happy and helped me get out of this mindset, and someone was giving me these amazing roles, truly believing in me when I wasn't believing in myself, and that helped so much. And since then I've gone on to join his musical theatre company and done more shows with him throughout the year and stuff, and I'm so glad I went to that week, because now I don't know what I'd be doing now, and I love doing that so much. I've met so many amazing people through that and had so many amazing opportunities through it. So thank God for that week, and thank God for me pushing myself to do it. And also, along with that week, I met someone very special, or got to know someone very special, who you will have seen in a lot of videos. So yes, I'm talking about Jordan, if it wasn't clear. I kind of knew who he was, but I never really spoke to him. The first day, for the first dance we were doing for the musical theatre week, we had to get into partners, and there were a few people I knew from, like, obviously the people I was in lessons with, I'd gotten to know them, and then there was people from like my dancing and drama that I've done outside of school that I knew already, and I was sort of like looking over to them, and they'd all already got partners. So I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to go with a stranger, I've got to meet someone brand new, I'm really scared, what do I do? And I was like looking around, everyone was getting into partners, so I was like, oh my god, who am I going to be with? I turned around and there was Jordan, stood there on his own, right behind me, just looking at me as if like, looks like we're partners. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I ended up being his partner for it, and I was really nervous because I didn't really know him that well. And then we just obviously ended up talking, and we obviously had to gain a close relationship from that, like get to know each other and work with each other intensely for a week doing partner work and stuff. So if I had let my anxiety beat me that Monday before going into this musical theatre week, I would not have got to get closer to achieving my dreams. So cheesy, I know, but yeah, I wouldn't have got to work with him and be a part of all of that, and also I would not have got to know Jordan very well, and might not have even ended up together. So yeah, we got really close because of that, and ended up talking, and then the next week we were together. It all happened very quick, but you know when you just know, and you're like, there's no point waiting around and dragging things out when we both really liked each other. And I'd never met anyone like him before, so he was so lovely, and still is, obviously. Now we are a couple, and I couldn't be more thankful for him. Not only am I lucky that I got to meet him and be with him because he's an amazing guy and I love him, but he is the person that understands me and helps me the most in my anxiety and all the things I feel. Although he doesn't go through anything like that, so it is hard for people who don't go through it to try and accept it, because it is difficult to understand. He is so understanding and so helpful. No matter how I'm feeling, I could be moaning and crying at him for hours, and he would just sit there and help me and talk to me and make me feel better. He's been an absolute lifesaver in all of this, and he still is, and I don't know where I'd be without him, to be honest. Oh God, I don't want to get emotional again. He's absolutely incredible, and I can't thank him enough for all the things he's done for me, because he's really helped me. Having him with me through this journey, I guess, has been life-changing and so helpful, and having someone like that in your life is so important. If you find someone that you can talk to about something and can trust with anything, you hold on to them. Do not let them go anywhere. No matter what you're going through, or even if you're not going through anything and you're fine, and you find someone that's that nice and that lovely and will help you no matter what and listen to anything you have to say, you hold on to them, because they are the most precious thing in your life. I ended up feeling so comfortable around him so quickly, and I can just talk to him about literally anything, and he's understanding of every single thing I say and whatever. And the same for him. If he ever needs help, I'm totally there, obviously, so it's amazing to have someone like him as well. And then we are here in my second year of my HND course. Had an amazing first year, got to do some amazing shows in college and outside of college with this musical theatre group that I started because of this amazing guy that came in to teach us musical theatre, and I'm so lucky that I have all these things. And more recently I have been getting into more things. I've started having singing lessons and things like that, and obviously YouTube's been going quite well, so I've started to find my passions again and become really excited by things. Like when I have my singing lessons and stuff like that, they are really helping me, and they're like giving me that sparkle again and making me really want to be successful and want to do these things. And also YouTube, I've had a lot of lovely feedback from that, a lot of people who really believe in me for that. So when people are really believing in me for two of my favourite hobbies, it's really making me more passionate about them. Not only just one thing, I've got my passion back for two things: performing arts and YouTube, so that's amazing. But of course my anxiety is still there and has been pretty bad recently, even when I'm having an amazing time. I mean, you don't have to be going through something difficult in your life for it to happen. You can be having the best time of your life, everything can be amazing for you, you can be really enjoying what you're doing, but it will still be there sometimes, and it has been pretty bad for me recently. Just being really anxious, having panic attacks, being scared of everything, and just feeling anxious in general a lot. So it may seem like everything's perfect for me now and I'm totally fine now, and yes, a lot of things are perfect for me. I'm really happy with how a lot of things are going, like I said, but my anxiety is still bad and it's still there, and I still need to work on it. I'm still thinking of going to get help for it again and try and make it perfect again, so then I can really 100% focus on the things I'm passionate about. The fact that I'm getting this all off my chest to you guys is absolutely terrifying, but also a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I feel like that is one step closer to helping to overcome it a bit more. I guess that's everything I can really say in this video. I just wanted to make this video to just sort of let you know a bit more about me and just be a bit more personal. I like the more personal videos on YouTube where you can really see how someone is feeling, and I've gained a close relationship with the people that watch my videos and stuff like that, so I feel like it's nice to open up to you guys and just be honest with you, and I think it's great. I thought it'd be really nice in terms of helping any of you guys that are going through something similar, or if you don't really understand what anxiety is, you can sort of see how it's affected me and maybe research it a bit more if you're interested. If you go through anxiety yourself or any other mental health issue, or you're just going through a rough time or anything, I hope this has helped some of you in some kind of way, because that would mean everything to me. That is the reason I made this video. There is a lot of controversy in terms of these kind of videos because a lot of people think that it is for attention and for views and more subscribers and whatever. That is definitely not why I made this video. I can put my hand on my heart and promise you that. I've made this video because videos like this have helped me so much. Mainly Zoe's videos, as in Zoella. She has made a couple of anxiety videos and I watch them on repeat all the time. I cannot count the amount of times I've watched those videos, and they've helped me so much. Like I said, YouTube has helped me a lot, and watching her videos in general has helped me a lot. So I wanted to sort of have the same effect on people, where I could sort of give you your escape to whatever you're feeling, and hopefully this video helps you in some kind of way. So if you are going through anything like this, I know everyone says this, but please trust me when I say you are not the only one and you are not alone in this. There are plenty of people going through this. It's so common for people to feel these kinds of feelings, or anything you are going through, someone else will be experiencing the same thing, and there are lots of ways to help that. There are lots of, like, I have apps that help me, like Calm, which is like relaxing sounds. There's lots of people you can talk to. If you can talk to close friends and family, they will be so supportive, and if they're not supportive, then they're irrelevant. So just keep those in your life that really help you with what you're going through, and I hope this video helped you. I don't want to ramble on too much more because I'm kind of struggling with what else to say and don't know how to explain much more. So yeah, I guess that's everything. If you want to see more videos related to anxiety and mental health, definitely let me know, because I will definitely think about doing those in the future and would be happy to do so, like maybe a Q&A or frequently asked questions to do with anxiety or mental illness, or an advice video, or talk more about anxiety in general, not just my story. Definitely let me know if this helped you out in any way, or you think this will help anyone else out. And if you do think it will help someone else out, definitely share this. Again, I'm not saying that so I can get more views, I'm saying that because I really want to help people. That is another main goal of mine, is to inspire people and to help people who are going through a hard time and who are going through similar things to me, because I know that videos like this would help me so much. So me helping other people would be amazing and would just make my day, make my life. Give this a thumbs up if you would like to, and comment down below, like I said, if you're going through something similar or anything, if this has helped you, if you want me to do another anxiety video on whatever, you know what I mean, just comment it down below. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to, no pressure. You can if you want to, if you like my videos. And yeah, definitely share this to help someone else who may be going through something similar. And yeah, I'm gonna end this here. There may be things that I haven't touched on, but again, I can make more videos. There's probably things I've missed out, but there is a lot to talk about to do with this topic, so it is quite hard to include everything. So maybe I will make some more videos in the future, like I said, let me know. And I really like the more personal videos, so if you want me to make videos about other topics, just let me know and I can definitely consider it and possibly make those for you. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you so much for watching if you've got this far. I hope this has helped you, and I love you very, very much, and I hope you are okay and happy and you are having a lovely life. And if not, then I hope you can do something about that and try and change it, or I help you in some way. I'm going to stop rambling. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. Bye, guys. Whew, it's done.